Hi everyone, I'm recording this video for those of you taking Art 105 with Professor Robertson. So let's go ahead and get started. We are at the main college homepage. We're going to click on Quick Links, select Library and Chat. The library is currently closed, but once we're open, you can click on Chat with the librarian if you have any question about research. The library hours will be posted right here. So today we're going to go ahead and click on Research Guides. We're going to type Art 105 here and click Search. So this is where you're going to have access to different databases, books, videos, and we're going to browse some articles together. This main page is just to introduce you to your topic. This video will be replaced, and here is pretty much just telling you that research will take time. You're going to go find your articles, and then the more you read about it, the more you're going to refine your topic until you get to what you actually want. So just be psychologically prepared for this process and allow yourself a lot of time to finalize your paper. Maybe you also want to see a tutor in the Success Center before you submit the final paper or assignments to your professor. Let's go ahead and go to understand your topic. And here we're going to navigate through two databases. You may be wondering what kind of information you're going to find here. Well, the databases that the library subscribes to will give you access to articles from newspapers, magazines, scholarly journal articles. We subscribe to quite a few databases, but here it's only listing two, and these are probably going to be encyclopedia articles. So if you are having access to the databases from home, you're going to have to log in with your student number and your date of birth. I'm on campus, so I can go ahead and click on Gale eBooks. And this is very different than doing a Google search. So here I'm going to look for Malinche. I'll click on the magnifying glass. And I think it's important to emphasize that if you don't find what you're looking for in one database, feel free to go to another database. But most importantly, if you need help, always go ahead and ask a librarian for help. You can also go to the library here in person. There's always a librarian at the reference desk during all hours that the library is open. So here I found maybe this article, maybe this one here. I can click on the title. And this is my full article right here. So it's talking about the history of Malinche. So if you like this, if you scroll all the way to the bottom of the article, you can get to the citation. Make sure that you select Chicago. You can copy and paste the citation if you want to, but even better, you can go ahead and click on email, put your email down, click send. You will get the article and the citation. So let's go ahead and go to the next database, the Grove Art Online. And here I'm going to look for information about biombos. I'll click on the magnifying glass, see if this database has anything for us. And yes, I can go ahead and click on the title. I have the cite button right here. In this case, I would recommend selecting Chicago. Copy and paste the citation. Just make sure that when you copy and paste the citation that you fix the minor changes that you need to do here. You're supposed to indent it, this 5 spaces, starting from the second line on. And you can also click share, or email, and then you can email the article to yourself. So on these two databases, we're just doing very basic research. We're not going in depth yet into our research yet. I will show you how to do that in a second. We're going to go to the Find Books tab, and here the librarians listed some topics in case you don't have a topic in mind yet. Otherwise, you can go to this link that takes us to the library catalog. And here I'm going to look for Aztec art. Okay, I clicked on the magnifying glass. And here I'm going to see different books and videos that will mention Aztec art. If I want only materials that are available online, I can click on available online. And if I only want to find books, I click on books on the resource type. And in this case, if I want to have access to any of these books, I recommend that you click on the title. This way you can read a little bit about the description of the book and some keywords associated with it. If you want to have access to it, I'm on campus, so if you're off campus, you're going to have to log in. And if I click on the EBSCO link, I'm going to have access to it. So it gives me the option to go ahead and click on the PDF. Here's just giving me the table of contents. And this is the description of the book. If you want to cite the book, the information is right here. If you want to email the information about the book, you click on email. Click on citation format. Don't miss this step, otherwise you're not going to get the citation. And then you can click the Chicago option. Put your email down and click send. So here you go. You feel free to go ahead and type another topic that you have in mind. There are other ways in which you can limit your search if you want to. If you're looking for publications within a certain period of time, you can do that as well. And like I said, this is just to quickly introduce you to the resources that we have available. If you have questions, again, click on Chat with a Librarian. So let's go ahead and go to the next tab, which is the Find Articles tab. And here's where things get more interesting. You can combine keywords together. So we're going to go ahead and get started with Academic Search Complete. I'm not going to show you all these databases because if you understand how one works, chances are you will be fine using the other databases as well. A lot of students get started with this one because it's a multidisciplinary database. In other words, it's going to have a little bit about a variety of different topics. But again, if you don't find what you're looking for in one database, go to another one. So this is, again, very different than doing a Google search. And we have a brand new version of the EBSCO database. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for information about Jose Clemente Orozco. And I'm going to click on the magnifying glass. And if you find something that you like, you can go ahead and click on the title. Here you can go ahead and click on the citation option. Again, make sure that you select Chicago. And here you can go ahead and click share and email the article to yourself. But the nice thing about this database is, the more advanced databases that I'm showing you on this particular tab, is that it can combine keywords together. So I can look for him, and then I have to add the word and painting, okay? So chances are I'm going to look for things that are more relevant to what I was initially looking for. So we started with 60, I believe, 60 plus articles, and now we are down to 31 articles, and that's okay. You can keep adding and forever here, but the issue is that after you add too many ends, you're going to go down to zero results, which is fine. You're not going to break the database. I want you to feel free to explore the different keywords that you would like to try, okay? All right, so if you understand how this works, what we can do, we can go ahead and copy the strategy that we used on this database. And if I want to try a different database like Art and Architecture Source, by the way, you may have heard about this database as EBSCO or EBSCO Host, because that's the name of the vendor. Art and Architecture Source will have a similar look because it's the same vendor. And I can just go ahead and type the same thing here, and I'm going to get other types of articles. And I can go ahead and just click on whichever I like and then email the article to myself. You can also go to, for example, ProQuest. I want to show you this one because it's going to give you access to LA Times and New York Times. and other newspapers as well. So this one has a different interface, a different look. And I can try to paste that same strategy that we used right here, but I can also try something different. Maybe I'm looking for Sor Juana Inés de la Cruz. I can click on search. And then here I can click on full text. When I do that, I'm telling the database to only give me the articles that are available right here, right now. And then if I'm only looking for newspaper articles, I can click on newspapers. And you can go ahead and select any article that you see here. I can also add the word and the poetry maybe. So we found 86 articles. Let's see if we find any this time around. Yes, we found 11 articles. So here's my article. I can go ahead and click all options, because whenever you find an article that you like, go ahead and send it to you. If you think that it has potential, do it, because you want to have options at this point, and later you can decide whether or not you're going to use that as one of your sources. Go ahead and click on email. Don't forget the step. You want to make sure that you include the citation, and then you select the Chicago. Put your email here, your name, click continue. That way you're going to get the article and the citation with it.